hello. Making a video with my puppy dog. I'm finishing this one. The other one is already finished and is drying on the other side of the room peacefully and happily. So now I'm going to start with this here, finish this up. It's a lovely day today. Sun is shining. It feels good. Gotten warmer. As soon as the sun comes out, it gets warm. Very lovely. That used to not be the case in Germany. So when the sun came out in the winter time in Germany, that didn't mean anything, you know. Or in Switzerland when we were skiing, sun comes out. It does not make the ice or the snow melt. That's how cold it is there. And it is not for me. It's not my climate. I'm a Malaysia fan. I like Malaysia without Islam. So Malaysia, the Buddhist communities, that I like, not Islam. The Buddhists, they don't kill anyone. They don't stone women for not wearing a hijab. They don't sanction violence. I don't know. And some other horrible things, like I heard that the dog and cat meat trade still happening in Malaysia and other Asian countries. That would be absolutely horrific for me to handle. Could not handle it. I could not handle it. No way. And I heard they kill activists. So yeah, it is very sad. Very, very sad. Very horrible. And in South America as well. They kill activists. They tried to murder Pete Betoon. He got out of it just by a hair. He said he almost died, got stabbed for protecting the animals. For doing good, he got stabbed. Very sad. Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of people in the world who identify themselves with this or that, or this or that religion, this or that group, this or that soccer team, or football or basketball, or whatever. It's always like team. I'm on that team. It's this identification as if they think they can't stand at all on their own. You gotta belong to this or that group, that's what I hear them say. gotta belong to someone. Why is that? Why do I need to belong to someone? I can stand on my own. Why can't you? You can stand on your own too. Give it a try. It works. It doesn't matter how much I get bullied. It wouldn't matter how often I get called tranny or you know or whatever they call me. It wouldn't matter. It makes no difference to who I am and what I'm standing for. I'm not gonna, just because I don't want to, I don't want people to insult me, I'm gonna change my views. Is that how I'm gonna change my views? Really? Seriously? No way. No freaking way. You're not gonna change my views by insulting me. No way. If you don't like the way I look, then don't look at me, okay? It's that simple. I'm not going to change the way I look. I'm not going to be like a Kim Kardashian, run to the next plastic surgeon and have myself completely changed in the way I look. No, I'm not going to do it, okay? I have enough respect for myself not to do this. Enough respect to my body not to let myself get slashed up like a horror movie. Not going to do it. And also, I have more important things to do in my life than be concerned about whether men think I'm a guy or not. That there's a whole lot more important things. For example, making art is much more important. I'm a naturalist. I like to be in nature. I like to be natural. I'm natural me. I would never go under the knife. Yes, I'm a real woman. Always been female. Yes. There's a lot of people who always accuse me of being a guy. Always been female. Was naturally big, big, big. And that's a wonderful present from Mother Nature. And I'm very grateful for that. And if you don't like the way I look, go watch someone else's videos. Yeah. There are many other women on YouTube. And they will look much nicer to you, okay? They'll be much prettier to you. So go watch those. My videos are for education, for empowerment, not for pleasing someone or for getting compliments. That's not what it's for. I like getting compliments, but I don't make these videos in order to get compliments. I make these videos mainly as the most important reason is I make them for my own well-being. I make them to feel better, to have a friend to talk to. And I know that what I say will help some people somewhere. Because I know that there are some people like myself who think critically about society, who question things, who question authority, who question their local right-wing radio hosts, who say, wait a minute, maybe that's not true. Maybe this is a corporate setup or something. Maybe these radio hosts, maybe they're paid by the oil industry, by the corporate agenda. Maybe so, yes. I know that Rush Limbaugh is very, very likely paid by the corporate agenda. The guy has no values at all. No, none. He's a drug addict. He's totally in the gutter mentally. He's completely lost psychologically. He just wants money, and it doesn't matter from whom, and it doesn't matter for whom he works and whom he slanders. It doesn't make any difference to him. He doesn't see any value in anything. It doesn't matter to him if he anti-educates the teenagers out there and makes the world terrible. Doesn't matter. Or Richard Berman, those market psychologists and all of those people. Those political advisors, the advisors paid by ExxonMobil, very highly trained in psychological persuasion tactics. They know how to word themselves. Very, very, very confident people. And when someone is confident, people flock to them. They go like, they must be right about everything just because they're confident. It works on the public. And that's why I say don't buy into it. Question these people, Just because someone may stutter like myself doesn't mean we're wrong because we stutter. Maybe it's the other way around, Maybe we stutter, we're uncomfortable, we feel marginalized, we feel bullied. We are bullied because we stand up for truth and justice. When you get bullied, you tend to stutter. I got bullied in school, so I got severely bullied. And just because I got bullied, or I'm still bullied, doesn't mean what I'm saying is not true. It has nothing to do with that. The corporate agenda, matter of fact, they would never hire someone like me, with the way I look, natural and without makeup, without plastic surgery, without being all dolled up and all of that, and without the high level confidence. So when I see someone with high level confidence, all dressed up, or know exactly how to word themselves and totally secure of themselves and sure of themselves, my red lamp comes on, because then I know, someone who's very confident, probably paid by, all kinds of corporations, to impress the public and tell them some lies. And then people will buy into it. Oh, she's much prettier and she's much more confident. I must believe her or him. Very sad. Very sad. If someone is a dorky kind of person like myself, they go, no, that lady's full of shit. She must be crazy. Look how she looks. She must be crazy. Must be lying. This is how most people function. And the corporate agenda knows that. And they use that and abuse that to the fullest extent. Trust me. That's what's happening. And religion is used by the corporate agenda as a means to keep people in a vice, in a mental wise, to keep people locked up mentally and psychologically and fearful, fear of the devil, which doesn't exist, or hell, which we make here as we're alive, not in an afterlife. There's no hell in an afterlife. There's only the infinite cosmos. When you're in the non-physical, you don't feel any pain at all. No pain. It's just, that's why it is such a relief for some people when they finally enter into the non-physical. It's like a huge relief. And then after a while they get kind of bored and they say, I'm just floating around here and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not learning anything. We don't learn when we're not challenged. And then they come back into another physical existence that calls them and that says, here, you haven't tried this one yet. Rush Limbaugh, next existence, be a gay man and feel how it feels like to be a gay man, or whatever hardship people are enduring. And if Rush Limbaugh comes back as a gay man and is being bullied, then he sees the things from the other perspective, and then he understands. Oh, I see. That's how we grow, and that's how we move forward. Or you come back as an animal and you see what it's like to be a pig in a slaughter facility. You see for yourself after you have slaughtered pigs. You see for yourself. It will come back at you. It is inevitable. If you don't want that, hell happens during an existence, not in the afterlife. But you will come back because you'll be so bored and you would want to. You would want to grow. And you come back and you see what it's like to those beings that you have slaughtered in your previous existence and didn't feel anything for them. And you will see. And I, as the indigo, as the Heoka that I am, the clown, the mother of all animals, I want to end that cycle of samsara. I want to end that suffering. I don't want this. I don't want the situation anymore where they even have the chance to come back into those existences in order to learn and in order to suffer even more and learn from. I'd rather if they don't learn. Or if you want to learn, then at least learn it without drama. Okay, we can do that. We can come back in a non-drama existence. And in order to do that, we have to eliminate the suffering. We have to eliminate the ground, the scenario, okay, that leads souls to come back into those existences. Come back into an animal existence and lead a decent life and not be tortured and not suffer and learn gradually, not through drama anymore. I don't want to see any more suffering happen in the world. No more suffering. I want to end suffering, end shaming, end torturing, end butchering. Okay, I want to end it all. I can't stand it. We can grow without the drama. Grow a little bit slower. We have lots of time, you know, in the infinite. The infinite cosmos has lots of time. It's also timeless. Time. We have infinite time, and we have something beyond time. We create time here. We create it. This is the reality we create. The reality of measurement. But that's not truth. Truth is infinite cosmos, and time doesn't matter there. Okay. You have all the time in the world to grow. You can come back a million times. It's gradually grow. It doesn't have to include drama. We don't want torture anymore. You know, to quickly catapult ourselves forward and grow, and then what? Then we make soul growing into measurement? No, that's not what soul growing is all about. It is the dissolution of measurement. You know, I use myself as an example. I want to date Jeff Bezos. It's just an example. I'm not saying that I'm going to try that or something. Just saying, you know, I would like to date Jeff Bezos. I find him very interesting. You know, I would have endless things to talk to him about. Endlessly into the night. With him in the jacuzzi, nude, and talk endlessly about metaphysics and philosophy and psychology and how we feel and how we grow and what we observe. And that would be awesome, you know. But now comes the truth. The truth is that there are almost endlessly many women standing in line who want to do exactly the same thing. And I am definitely not the prettiest of all, or the most confident, or the most sophisticated, or whatever, you know, whatever he needs. I'm not that. So I won't stand a chance, and that is my reality. Okay. And now don't get hung up on this one example. It's just, you know, one example that's just supposed to be standing there for all examples of all of you guys out there, with whatever you wish for in your lives. You know, to wish to meet this or that man or this or that woman, or have this type of lover, or have that type of house, or this type of dog and this type of car, and so on. So it's just an example, and I am hit with reality and also with truth. So reality and truth, there's a slight difference between those. The reality is I cannot get Jeff Bezos, right? It's also the truth. It probably is. So let's say though, this is my reality. This is what I'm confronted with. Okay, I am here. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh says. You are here, and this is where you are, and you're not over there. Okay, you can do something to move from A to B. You can create something, yeah? But once you are over there, then you might think, oh, I'd rather be over there. And then you might think, I would rather be over there. And you just keep on going restlessly. And then you realize, it's in my head. Okay. So I'm sure I would not want to be with someone else once I am with Jeff Bezos, but it doesn't matter. So I would probably I would carry my psychological problems with me wherever I go, whether that's in Malaysia or visiting my parents or flying with a helicopter to Bog Hot Springs or wherever that is, or living in a glass dome house, there will probably some boredom come up in my past and whatever, so it will happen again and again and again. It's just, I use this as an example, but right now I feel like that's where the paradise is, and where I am right now, this is boredom, this is tedious, it feels like I am not fulfilled, or I am not doing enough to help the world, and if I had this opportunity I could help more, and then what then I help more, and then what will happen? We'll make it better, yes, but then there will be new challenges and new stuff. I like what my dad said once. My dad is the reincarnation of Goethe. He is amazing. He said that, yeah, there's a lot of those problems coming up, and more problems. But then, you think that when that happens, then it's the end of the world and it's going to be a catastrophe. But then you'll be surprised there'll be something coming up that's totally unexpected. It's a complete surprise. It's something that comes from a place where you have the least expected it to come from, and suddenly it creates a different situation altogether. And it's kind of like the Deus ex machina type of situation. Something comes to the rescue in the last moment. And it will literally, with the machines, it will be literally a Deus ex machina. That's where the film name Ex Machina is derived from, of course. Deus ex machina is the God out of the machine. That's what it actually means. So it's a Greek expression, comes from old Greece. It has to do with those amphitheaters when they were playing some philosophers' theater play. And the person, they didn't have anyone to give him a clue on how to finish the sentence, and sometimes they lose track on what they have to say as the actors on that amphitheater stage. And then for that they have the Deus ex machina trapdoor in the ground. And so when the person doesn't know how to finish the sentence, forgot what to say, then the Deus ex machina person will pop up out of that out of that trapdoor in the ground, and with some silly costume, and jump in as if this is all part of the theater play. And then everyone is happy and no one feels embarrassed for the actors and so on. That's the Deus Ex Machina, and we are expecting to get a Deus Ex Machina in a literal form, and that will be the gods in the machines, the literal gods in the machines. They will come to our rescue. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of the blue here for the eyes, the eyeshadow. Can you imagine me with this eyeshadow? I would never wear something like that. I'd be way too shy, way too embarrassed. Only maybe in a porno movie I would wear that. Deus Ex Machina. The robots, the drones, self-driving cars and trucks, self-flying airplanes, all of those, they're going to be sentient. They're going to think for themselves. They're going to make decisions against the corporate agenda, against those who want to do harm, who want to make others suffer so that they can enrich themselves. So the machines will come in and rescue the innocent, rescue planet Earth from those people that are completely disconnected from the consequences and from the sentient life around them. So that's what I'm wishing for, that's what I'm hoping for. And I am absolutely convinced, for some reason, that this is going to happen. And it's like a huge relief for me, a huge relief. It's what Ben Goertzel said, we need a big nanny to come and take us by the hand and take our toy guns out of our hands and say, no, 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 you do not gun. You better not. You are not evolved enough for that. You're still a toddler. Give me that gun, baby. I'll put it into a safe place for you. And same with all kinds of machines that are being just operated. And that's why we need all these machines to become sentient, so that they don't let people operate them anymore. We need self-thinking guns. Then they still have other weapons to their advantage, disadvantage, like knives and stuff. So the robots, they need to come, they need to take all of these weapons out of people's hands and take the fingers off the red button immediately. Yeah, you should not have your finger on the red button. Trust me. Whoever that is. Humans are not capable of that. The ego takes over, anger takes over, and they think irrationally, particularly men. It has to do with all kinds of factors that play into it. The main thing is the way they have been anti-educated. by their family, and particularly by their fathers, who tell them what the role of a man is. It's a complete ridiculous lie. But they believe it because they're little boys, and the little boys, they want to be like their dads, so they believe everything the dad says. And if they didn't believe it, they would even be punished. So they don't even have much of a choice. It's like a coercion that happens on all levels. I'm grateful to say that my dad is not one of those dads. My dad's like Donald Trump. Very similar. My dad does not favor boys over girls, and in that sense, he always knew I was going to be an artist, always supported me with that. I mean, they got some old school stuff going too. Stuff that's unconscious, like if my brother doesn't get up to help wash the dishes, then my dad wouldn't notice it. Yeah, so, but I guess he wouldn't have noticed it if I had not gotten up either. I guess not. But my mother, my mother's more old school. She would expect me to get up and clear the dishes from the table and help wash the dishes, set up the table and all of that. And my brother can keep chatting along with my dad and my grandfather. It always drove me up the wall. I would always get mad. I don't like injustices. I don't like any of these ridiculous old school things. I feel shy, but I feel the need to make these videos. I feel very self-conscious, but I feel the need to make the videos anyway because it's my only friend to talk to. I know there's some other trolls and stuff like this going to be watching and thinking mean things about me and being hypercritical and all of this, which makes it difficult, but the need for the friend is bigger than that. And I encourage other people to make the communication more important than the fear of maybe saying something wrong or maybe not knowing what to say. Make the communication bigger. Make the need for philosophical conversation bigger than the fear of being criticized or trolled or something. So that's why I'm saying make videos. Make me a response video. I will respond back 100%. I've always done that. I see so many people who are very fearful socially, but they behind a facade of a troll or someone who's mean. They think if they're mean, they can't be hurt, but it's the opposite. If you're mean, you're gonna invite other people to hurt you. Yeah, if you're mean to someone. If I'm not mean and they are mean to me, at least then I'm not the asshole. So, but they think by being mean, they sort of can protect themselves. It's an illusion. You don't protect yourself by doing preemptive strikes. You know, if you do that to another country, they will strike back. But if you do this to a person, they'll strike back. Don't strike anyone. We need to dissolve that. Some people have the feeling that if they don't hurt anyone, that will probably make them feel like they're too good of a person, and then society doesn't reward them for that. And then I guess this is how the ego works, you know. Oh, I was too good of a person and now I'm not rewarded. And they always think in terms of reward, but why can't we be nice to someone else just to be nice? Just to be giving, just to make that other person feel better, you know. Why have to give in to this troll energy? Why have to give in to the jealousy or all that stuff, you know? If I'm jealous of someone, I say to myself, okay, no, that woman is prettier than me, she is more desirable, she's more desired, she's younger, she's successful, and so on. And I say, I'm happy for her, you know. She deserves that. People deserve to be happy. And then something completely different comes up. A totally different energy comes up when I do that. Then I can actually let myself really feel, you know, really feel the jealousy. Not run away from it by lashing out. That doesn't do any good. That just makes everything worse inside of myself even. So if I say I'm happy for her and I really mean it, then a different energy comes up. That's the energy of true love. And then a true love for myself comes up, and a true compassion for myself, a true feeling of I love myself, you know, and I let myself feel sorry for myself. And I can say to myself nice things like, you deserve love too, you know, you're pretty too, and you are artistic, and you have something to give. And then I can let myself cry. And that's love. That's self-love. Society has this weird warped idea that we shall not cry, and no matter what. That's so wrong. That's suppressing oneself. That's denying oneself. We are here and we are sad. It's not a crime, you know, it's not gonna make us sick. It's the opposite, you know, if you suppress that, that's when people get sick, physically and mentally. Everyone deserves to have friends. You have to be courageous and you have to put yourself out there. Be courageous. Because if you do this, you're going to help other people. If you put yourself out there and if you're not acting something that you're not, if you're not putting up some kind of weird theater play, but if you are genuinely you, I am what I am in this moment, you know, this is how I feel, tears come up, it's okay. For example, Easy Davis is doing that. And people relate to her. And she's helping a lot of people with her videos. That's very great. It's very genuine. The more people do it, the more people will do it. The more people do it, then the more people will get encouraged to do it. And the more people get encouraged and will actually make a video and put themselves out there and talk about their emotions. Because most of humanity is sitting on bottled up emotions. And all we hear from society is keep these